This is Peter Sagan's stunning Specialized S-Works Venge in his own Sagan colourway, and it's absolutely beautiful. So what makes this bike special to Sagan? Well, we'll start at the front end where he's using the new Aerofly 2 bars, which are brand new. Specialized released them when they released the new Venge. They've got a little bit of a forward sweep and a little bit of a rise. They're partnered to the new Venge stem. Sagan quite famously didn't used to use a Specialized stem on his bikes. He used to use a Zip Sprint SL model, but this is 140 centimeters long, but because of the proprietary rise, it's actually closer to 150 centimeters. It's propped up by about 20 mil of spacers underneath it, so comfortable for Sagan, but probably quite backbreaking for the rest of us. So the frame size is 56 centimeters. He's got a saddle height of 76 centimeters, and he's using a Specialized S-Works Roman Evo saddle on top of that. Interestingly, they've decided to run the Roval CLX 50s on this bike instead of the CLX 64s, which these bikes are actually shipped with if you were to buy one. Now, we're not sure whether that's because Sagan just prefers these wheels, or perhaps they're a bit worried about crosswinds in the early stages, but he's probably not going to mind too much because these are still superb wheels. Previously, Sagan far preferred the Specialized Tarmac SL6 over the old Venge Vias. The Specialized managed to dramatically change this bike, so it's far better suited to his needs out on the stages. But what did they actually manage to do? Well, via some incredibly clever software, they managed to find a way to create a tubing profile that was both aerodynamic and lightweight. It looked a lot like the old Specialized Tarmac, and they managed to slim down the down tube and the bottom bracket to make it far lighter. This bike probably weighs in the region of 7 kilos compared to the old Vias, which would have been a lot higher than that. He's running a Shimano Dura-Race hydraulic Di2 group set, which is actually all he can run because Specialized made this new Venge both disc brake and electronic gearing specific. He's running a 54-42 chain set on the front and 11-28 cassette on the rear. When they were actually creating this bike, they managed to make the rear end of it much more efficient than the old model, which allowed them to make the front end less complicated in its framing shape. So the seat post and the seat tube are a lot faster through the air, and the drop seat stays are now both lighter and slightly longer to make them more efficient. Even more impressively, Specialized has managed to cram the Shimano Dura-Race Di2 junction box in the back of the seat post. Apparently, at the pro races, it's far easier for the team mechanics to reach out of a car window and use it there instead of putting it in the handlebar, which is dangerous for the rider. Inside this chain set, he's running the Specialized power meter that is bespoke to the Shimano Dura-Race chain set. There are some really nice little frame details on this bike. Obviously, the colourway is absolutely stunning, and there's the Bora Hansgrohe stickers on the seat tube, but on the top tube he's got Sagan written in nice blue writing. And I particularly like this one. On the underside of the bottom bracket, he's just got Wheel C printed on it, which I think is fantastic. So there you go, Peter Sagan's absolutely stunning S-Works Venge race bike that you'll probably see him race on most of the stages of the Tour de France.